right, welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of Weds Night Fights, Guilty Gear Strive Edition, brought to you by Series E. I am one of your commentators, back at it again, Zero, alongside Tabby. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. This has been I feel like it's just been a fantastic week in general. It's only been on the uptrend, and we're going to see even more exciting, fun times here in the top 8 for Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of great matches on the way. We're coming in hot off of a fantastic DNF duel finals, but also we're coming into yet another match, Reno. Don't forget to fill out those codes if you could, please. There's plenty of you to do it, and only 16 codes left, so let's get those codes used up. And of course, like we said, we've got a top 8 bracket to check out here as well, too, right? So taking a look at the top of the bracket, of course, we do have Boyce Hotashi up against any Tizer's Red Ditto. Congrats to Red Ditto making it out there. Good luck fighting against Hotashi, though. And of course, you have Razor Umisho up against Intel Razzo. Who's got the fastest APMs? Is it going to be the processor, or is it going to be the individual controlling the clicks from Overwatch Central out there? And then down on the loser side, we do have Rat up against Nubenheimer. And then, of course, Excedrin Solstice up against Smitty FGC.
Yeah, this is it's definitely an interesting showing of what we have, and we're going to see some exciting games, and you can make sure to clip those through the community clip contest presented by Wednesday Night Fights. For those of you who submit the best clips will receive a free sub to Level Up Live's channel, and there are 3 winners that will be announced throughout the week.
Yes, definitely keep an eye out, your creative eye, as it were, for some fantastic moments throughout tonight. In this top 8 as well. We've seen plenty of great clips show up through it, and of course DNF, we don't want DNF to just run away with it, folks. A great looking game, fantastic looking game, plenty of folks putting in hours into that one, but of course we've been putting in hours in Guilty Gear Strive, and let's not forget some of the greatest moments happen in Strive alongside that. So let's see that competition flaring. Who's got the best creative eye for the clips in this top 8? But we got to get some fights happening to get those clips, and our first match is right on the way here. Going to be Hotashi up against Red Ditto here to start things off in this top 8. That's going to be Nagori Yuki up against Ram Lethal.
Kind of been the story of Strive as of recently. We've always had discussions with other characters, but Nago and Ram have always been, I feel like since open beta, the first time these players were in people's hands, they were like, okay, these two are very clearly very strong at what they do and very good at controlling sort of the same screen space. So we'll have to see how, someone with Hotashi, they've been around the block. Everyone's seen them. Everybody knows how they like to play. Red Ditto is, they're a well-known name. They've done very well for themselves, but they're definitely not as, presented out there in tournament top 8s like Hotashi has been. So we'll have to see if Hotashi is able to fully recognize what they're able to do, while Red Ditto probably already has a 3-page game plan going into it.
I mean, you know what, I'm glad you said a 3-page game plan, right? Red Ditto coming from those SageAm tournaments, of course, living strong, learning quite a bit out there. And of course Hotashi, definitely the wild one in this set, right? Of just like you said, well-versed in Guilty Gear overall, but Hotashi, of course, always willing to try out some of the most ridiculous things, and unfortunately going to get scooped to start things off. Burst right out of the corner. Right, already holding this pressure like you were talking about, too. That mid-screen challenge and being able to Pukyo right in.
Nice IBFTs over there from Red Ditto, able to punish, but this is the blood range that Hotashi exactly wants to be in, sitting right below level 2, so able to have those good normals. But and would be able to convert with it, but it's not even gonna matter when Red Ditto is just able to find one hit back to back and end it with the super.
That's the damage of Ramlethal, right? And of course, like we talked about at the beginning too, just how these two have kind of been contention for stars. But like as far as the Goriyuki goes, is kind of able to sneak underneath the radar, right? There wasn't anybody really out there putting that character on the map to be the warning signs. And Ramlethal definitely has been getting a lot of flash pizzazz, but Hotashi here, 60 anti-air, can pull out something here, especially with this scoop. That's a great start, but the BSU does live. No burst. Oh no! Yeah, because it was burst safe at that point. The 2H should have connected, but the BSU got the finish, and Hotashi still cleans it up.
Yep, just missing right at the very end there. An unfortunate situation, but now putting themselves into a fortunate situation. Early burst coming from Red Ditto. Nice delay on it to keep Hotashi in the corner. Now resetting him back to mid-screen, but Hotashi's using a lot of blood right there. A throw it from both players. Just slightly out of range, and the blood pop. This could be death in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
With Ramlethal damage. Yeah, keep it classy, keep it clean. Use the lasers, shoot him over into next Tuesday, and Red Ditto's gonna take the first set of our Guilty Gear Strive top 8.
Yeah, and great recognition from Red Ditto, able to snack on yet another chicken nugget brought to you by Tyson's Any Ties, who's out there and just kind of watched the blood rage explode and was able to kind of route differently too, especially being able to take the time to recognize how close you are to tension and then just time it so well where Hotashi was not in a burst situation, so had to hold that and then got carried to that corner, hyper beam to close out in a flashy fashion right there. Red Ditto coming out strong on this one. Hotashi still in this, capable of turning things around. We've seen it before.
And we will potentially see it again if Red Ditto is not able to just continue the pressure like they have been. Nice counter hit far slash right there. Already putting Hotashi into the corner. Gets hit by the sword explosion as well. Motobato to finish it out. Bring him next over. Goes for the safe jump, but IDFD's it out. A beautiful block over there from Hotashi. Just knocking him in the corner. The blood-sucking universe now coming out. This is the worst situation you can be in the corner versus Nago. Super to guarantee the damage up the wall.
Yeah, honestly, that I feel like that Motobato was just like muscle memory at that point, right? The old route still coming through. A sneeze of health available, but look at that 100% tension. The scoop on the Beyblade. This is troublesome. Immediate cancel into the Hyper Beam. Into the knock. Go! Nagorian still lives. One more interaction. No more meter, but positive for Red Ditto. The cancel! Hotashi coming out on top for that round. Holy cow.
Hotashi is setting the pace so far in this game. It's a nice 6P right at the get-go as well. Saying, you are in my world now. I gave you the warm-up game, but this is what you are going to have to deal with. A nice set of backdashes after the Fukio. Finding these clips here and there, but that's a lot of blood that you are gaining. Red Ditto just needs to find a good hit to turn this into their favor. Uses the RRC to stay safe. Just spacing out right now. Finds a great counter hit though.
Able to chase down Hotashi, doesn't want any of it. Wants to hold on to this lead. The 2S going to get whip punished. Pin it to the wall. You have the meter. Mortal again instead of going for the boosted damage. Okay, at least got the hard knockdown. Yeah, exactly that muscle memory. Okay, PRC will wrap it up. Okay. You know, about rounds here, but the positive point right now, Red Ditto still has burst in this round. Hotashi has a little bit of work to get that back post slash. Red Ditto not having a shot. There's the counter hit, immediate burst.
An excellent burst, but getting hit by the blood rage is not exactly what
oh my
want.
God.
And getting clipped by it at the very end. Baseball bat swinging out, fully loaded, and Hotashi's able to clean that one up, tying this one 1-1. I didn't think that was going to kill. I was just letting it rock, but I totally thought there'd be a pixel.
Now,
left.
when you clip this for fresh cuts, I also need somebody in chat to add the home run sound effect from Smash to that. That's a requirement. Okay, I'm not saying you're guaranteed going to win the challenge by doing so, but you will have my nod and recognition. I might even retweet it.
A round of applause.
At the very least, golf claps.
I want to see a nice round of applause for that blood-sucking universe right at the get-go. Gonna let Hotashi firmly set the pace of this game, and finding those hits, not able to fully close it out. Now it's to play a normal Blood Life game, but Red Ditto's already in the corner and already almost dead just off of Chip. Super coming out there for Hotashi just to confirm the most damage possible and knock him over in the next day. Red Ditto, sliver of health though, in a dream potentially.
It's going to be a Ruby Tuesday out there. A perfect round, right? With the red blood to wrap things up. And you got to get the appetizer round start here. Daro on the record series. I'm going to have to hold that corner. Nice counter hit, immediate first.
Right now, just utilizing those safer pokes, finds counter hit with the 6P, but the 2H whiffs. at the very end. So now Red Ditto gets to take their turn back and gets to knock Wadashi into the corner. They're now holding Ramlethal sword pressure, but a 6P into the command throw out already.
That's such a gamble too. Right after that sword throw, one of the changes that was implemented into this patch as well, right? Being able to find that gap, and it's just, there's so many opportunities. Oh, the burst bait! Stop what I was saying. It's not important. Hotashi is schmoovin'.
He's schmoovin' and schmixin' and schmunishin' right there with the Fukyo to bait the gold burst. Oh my, I didn't think they would they were prepared for that. I thought Red Ditto was going to get the gold burst. It was going to put them right back in the neutral situation with 100 meter to be fine and dandy. But Hotashi showing that he's got dandy step. He doesn't need any of that.
And that's the thing, right? At the top of the set, you got to watch out for Hotashi, right? The wild card of this set. You understand this matchup. Red Ditto's done the homework, has been in the Sajam chat, seen the Will It Kills, or Watch It Kills. I'm sorry, West Coast. I almost betrayed your knight in shining armor out here at this point. But all right, here we go. Corner pressure. 2H push back and great whip punish here from Red Ditto.
Great start to turn this one around after taking a ton of chip damage, but Hotashi bursting is now going to let Red Ditto actually reclose the neutral and find those hits. Garo whiffs, unfortunately not able to continue it, but the counter hit with the sword is going to allow it. Beam super to guarantee the damage at the wall and the kill right there as well.
Do you think that Ramlethal could launch somebody across Grand Canyon with that beam? Do you think that canyon is the depth or like the width of the Grand Canyon?
I think you know what? I'd have to say it's at least the width, if not longer.
Scientifically sound like that. All right, nice explosion here. Got another shadow, but Mortal Bottle this time to make sure we're at least reaching to the skies out here.
Yeah, Red Ditto definitely using the length of Rain's normals to try to close this round out into their favor, but I'll let Hotashi take the pace. But Hotashi is eventually finding a gap, gets a burst out, doesn't have a lot of health or a lot of blood, but gets air thrown to close out the round. Picked him up, put him down, tied this one up 2-2.
Okay, yeah, different pace entirely, right? Red Ditto maintaining that control. And honestly, just damage from Ramlethal is just absolutely huge in comparison. So here we go. Final game of the first set in this top 8. And this is terrifying, right? Now you got Hotashi on the back foot right now, right? You got Hotashi primed and ready. We've seen the flex here. But Red Ditto obviously finding different routing, of course. Able to get the timing down, playing a mid-screen game, a little bit more significant. Round start, DP, of course. Great BSU from Hotashi. And again, the pressure begins, of course, because of that BSU allowing these specials to rip here. PRC tried to guess for another BSU opportunity.
Yeah, they in the last round, Hotashi really seemed to try to just allow this to go into Red Ditto's pace, but setting it early and getting great success with that as well. But Red Ditto found the gap, they thread the needle, but Hotashi misses the conversion after it. The tech grab, and now it is Red Ditto's turn to keep Hotashi in the corner. This is such a scary spot to be in, even with PRC. And getting hit out of it is not that great as well. Beam Super coming out at this low of life, pop at the very end. Should now put Red Ditto on match point.
At least with the awareness there from Hotashi, right? It's just like, okay, well, I whipped the throw. I immediately had to cancel, but it was too little too late. Red Ditto was poised for the punish, and nice. Still getting the jump over and still going to get the follow-up after Daro full stop sign. Talk to the hand. I got damage for it.
I do like the utilization with the JD changes to stop momentum. But Red Ditto was able to get around that very quickly. So now Hotashi has to go back and playing a little bit more normal. 16 of the Bloodsucking Universe to keep that one gauge alive, but a Motobato coming out, dealing huge damage and finding the post with the 2K at the very end. Red Ditto closing that one out, not dropping a game at the very end and taking it 3-2 over Hotashi.
Yeah, gosh, just look at the damage difference just between these two players in general. It's just huge, especially in the sway of Red Ditto. I mean, we did have some great moments as well from Hotashi, of course, utilizing Blood Rage, which you see more often than not that a lot of Nagoriyuki players kind of shy away from Blood Rage, right? But Hotashi is one of the few that really kind of just embraces that as an additional tool, especially using as another pushback, right? The one time that we did see Hotashi pop into Blood Rage, it was a forward dash to bait out a throw from Red Ditto there, right? And then, of course, the Blood Rage did pop, got the pushback, and that gave Hotashi the opportunity to continue pressure in the corner, which I think is a smart utilization out of that toolkit to not be afraid of that really scary state for Nagoriyuki, but it's also like can be manipulated to be a positive state. It's that high risk, high reward factor that Nagoriyuki really has.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you have to execute on as a player, because you can sit comfortable at your 2 blood gauge range and be fine, but if your opponent sees they're going to do that, they're just gonna they're gonna run all over you at the very end until you can find your one opportunity to close the blood gauge. And now Razo's gonna have to find an opportunity to close the gap over versus Umisho here in the next match of our top 8. Happy Chaos versus Leo, the story of the century for these two players. Like we have seen them play again and again. These characters have changed quite a bit though within the next season, so we'll have to see how these players are able to change their game plan against each other through that. And Umisho's already off to a great start. Now Razo finally landing a DP.
Yeah, got the RC to back it up with Turbulence. Fasten your seatbelts. It's about to be a real bumpy ride over to the next section of the stage here. Umisho, though, has plenty of resources there, but okay, got our BRC. Block on the mix, but unfortunately opened up, has enough for me to put. Okay, just, you know what? I thought for sure something was going to happen, but we were probably just a little bit too high right there, because Umisho definitely tends to kind of hold that corner situation, but positive bonus, nice tap dust, able to follow up with the killer, stays that spot.
Just 2 interactions back to back to turn that from Razo's favor immediately into Umisho. Right there. Umisho, I think Razo was a little bit too high up, but Umisho was a little bit too far away from the stage at the very end. So that's why you saw the use of DSX Machina, and it ended up working out for them. And it looks like we're already in the start of the round working out for Umisho, forcing Razo to burst. Not a lot of life yet. Resetting back to midstream and mixing them up as well. Concentration BRC mix. Blocks Superman Punch.
I'm going to call out one new addition to Umisho's play and rush down pressure. It's the use of that dash cancel off of the far slash option. I think that is really great utilization for Umisho to 1, continue the pressure, and 2, close the gap to make sure that they stay right on top of Leo. So even on hit, you're still within a great range to extend with another. We saw it a couple times, a far slash dash cancel into another far slash there. So that's really interesting that is being implemented as well in Umisho's game plan. Of course, nowadays we're seeing more of Umisho sticking really close to a lot of characters. Well, just in the game plan in general, right? As opposed to playing the zoning game that we saw in the previous patch. So Umisho is definitely embracing these new changes for Happy Chaos here.
Yeah, Umisho is very much good at playing the good game plan, and right now that's what Happy Chaos is good for. They're good to just keep them there, and Razo using the turbulence to keep him in the corner to get the back turn, super as well, knock him over into the wall. But that's the thing with Happy Chaos, you still only have a little bit of life. Utilizing those close slashes, oh my god. Razo is just making Umisho afraid of pressing there, afraid of what Razo can bring after those close slashes. And the early burst from Razo as well right there, but it's Umisho in the corner. You're not playing strike throw and back turn.
Oh no, yeah, burst out of there, don't want to deal with it, but the jump in, you cannot stop the onslaught of Leo. Back turn super to get this shatter, and look at the damage. Razo trying to put a pin in the conversation and move on to the next round. Great throw. That was a punish. Don't tell me that was a dash up DP. Come on, Razo.
That's you can tell Razo's a Leo player at heart by doing so, and also just trying to close the gap, dashing through, finds the hit with the counter hit on the 5K, able to confirm into the round-winning combo there. Razo tying it up. Both these games we've had so far, players keeping it moving back and forth between each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely, it's interesting too, right? Because the last time, well, they've seen each other quite often now at this point, right? Especially at Weds Night Fights. But when you think about the fight at Combo Breaker between these two, it was a very different style, right? Of Razo really had to be very patient, chasing down Umisho, but now Umisho in this different style of Happy Chaos is just kind of sitting in that comfort zone for where Leo is, and it's about who's going to get that lockdown first. And, whoa, what a call out. Yep, there's the burst.
An aggressive DP, an aggressive use of that 2D right there. But Umisho keeps getting the trades, allowing them to stay far away. Now going for the slip, but Razo dashes out of it. Saying no safe jumps, no thank you. BRC out with the run through, but not able to punish it due to the BRC slowdown. Gets the counter hit with the back turn as well, and the counter hit close line. Oh my goodness, Razzo, you are wild right now. Air throws while keeping the corner. The PRC should guarantee the kill right there.
Tabby, why didn't the BRC slow down Leo? Why didn't the BRC slow down Leo?
You can't slow down the king, but you can shoot the king. And it shows you doing a great job of getting DP'd right there. Now Razzo in control once again, playing the back turn mix. You gotta hold that. Goes well with the 2Ps, but not able to get back into back turns. There's a chance to turn this one around. But they don't have bullets.
We're sitting at a zoning range here. Got a couple rounds in there, 3 rounds. All right, hold the DP. You're reaching from downtown. Razzo calls out a snipe that Ubiso has been all too familiar with in the Overwatch days here. Now has old PRC, nice pulling on top. Tries to stay safe from the rush down that is the onslaught of Razzo. Nice. Able to get a back drift on BRC. Get a little counter hit with jump P, but still, Razzo pressing the offensive here, and you're on a hope and a prayer of a clone trying to save your life. Which one is the real one at this point? Curse it up. Stay away from it.
Oh, the gold burst comes out. This is huge for Umisho to turn this around. Clone out, concentration super out. Razzo now wants to hold this like it's 2021, and Happy Chaos finding the shots to knock him to the sky to tie it up. Turning it around with that gold burst at the very end. But that could be risky if Razzo's able to gain a piece of the game early on.
Yeah, that is clearly the tell at this point, right? Is that once Razzo goes, full steam ahead on the offense, it's troublesome for Umisho. Pretty nice. Jailing out the air route, trying to escape, and Umisho is in trouble. No more tension available here. The FD is a hope and a prayer at this point. No curse, already ducked underneath it. Get away out of it. Thank goodness.
Gets away and gets the other shot of the corner, but has no bullets, so they gotta just play with good old-fashioned normals, and Razzo finding the hit because of it. You're now holding that mix. Nice block on the 5K after the backdash. Razzo getting the air hit at the very end should do it. Clipping with the turbulence at the very end, taking this one 2-1 so far.
That's scary.
Scary.
Watching Leo, for one, dash at you like that with such aggression is terrifying. Watching Razzo do it, or even trying to block Razzo doing it, is absolutely horrifying.
And then you're watching Razzo's Leo do that? That's a third level you weren't prepared for. That is one of the most terrifying things you can see, is someone who does not care what you are going to do and will just get in, and you're going to like it.
And knows when you're out of resources. That offensive just cranked the moment Razzo saw, no bullets? Oh, your mistake, my victory.
Nice counter hit with the 2D at the very peak range, getting the turbulence to go into back turn and keep him in the corner as well. Umisho attempts to jump out, but a throw tech for both these players.
Counter hitting Umisho out of the corner is a good call. Oh my goodness.
Bursting the counter hit turbulence to keep them alive, but they're not finding it just yet. YRC out, green throw tech from both players is very nice, but thrown back into the corner. Air Force One coming through. Razzo now on match point versus Umisho. The throw whiffs, but no punish. Umisho is now early in control as well, utilizing a lot of their concentration and bullets to get there, but it's gonna put Razzo in a little bit more fear.
Okay, it's got a couple rounds and had to build the concentration. Needs the space to get a reload in, and nice, we're going for the juggle here.
Juggle all the way to the corner, but not enough space. He can get the Deus Ex Machina, but it's not even going to matter at this point, where Umisho was able to close this one out with the second round of bullets coming through. Just controlling this. Straight up controlling the space, but Razzo able to take control, trying to use the guard point to force Umisho to press there, but finds a throw to lead them in back turn now. Good throw from Razzo, tries to backdash out, but you're not getting out of there. Super coming through this big damage. Umisho now one interaction away from death. They have to be very careful.
Yeah, I like the delayed decision there from Razzo, because we've already dead. Dunzo. Perfect.
An excellent burst bait to end into a perfect there for Razzo to take it 3-1 over Umisho. Something that I don't think you would have seen 4 months ago in this game.
It's a different style of fight, a few months ago, right? Just like Razzo trying to close the gap on Happy Chaos creates like a slower pace in the match, but still just as heavy in tension as far as like, who's going to get that first hit, who's going to get the first knockdown. It's so important still in this matchup. And honestly, I just quick call out after the PRC, right? We've already said the cadence of air throwing is going to be really huge. So we're waiting for a whiff air throw from Umisho to punish on the fall down, or maybe we're expecting like another burst after that PRC, right? Trying to block the burst situation. It was already layers of checkmate situations that Razzo had set up for themselves in that corner position. So great set between both players too. And honestly, Razzo is looking real strong tonight, folks. I don't know, like this is the one to beat here. And of course, plenty of killers out here as well. Nubenheimer on, oh my goodness, on the Gloriyuki, and Rat up on the Familiar Rage. This is quite literally a Rat going up against a level 90 character in whatever MMO you want to, call on. It's the fetch quest. Kill 20 rats for me real quick, or give you like 500 gold.
We're missing the early counter hit to try to complete the quest. And Nubenheimer finding those hits, gets the 6 age for the wall break. Well, that's a lot of blood that's going to be raising up, whether it tries to PRC to be able to slow that down a little bit, but Rat is now not having it, finding those hits and gets the mix.
Really crucial too, has to be so careful. Nice air block, but look at shit. Just trying to avoid it entirely. FD draining the entire tension meter here, but no confirm.
No confirm, but a good counter hit in the corner is going to be a good start over there. Risk gauge going down is huge, but the blood gauge is going down as well. Just both a pro and a con for Rat in this scenario. Risk gauge already back at full after that one sentence RRC out, trying to bait Rat into jumping out of there, but they are not having it. Keeping it calm, pushing them out. 2S, 5H coming through, trying to clip Rat at the very end and eventually having it. Nubenheimer turning this one into their favor after a potential riskier situation, but it's still back and forth early on, so we could see another set of great games. Air throw into the core is a great start.
Yeah, honestly, last week Nubenheimer really ran away with it, right? Oh, nice 2K2D there. And again, just the defense is so strong for Nubenheimer. We saw that as well last week too. And just being able to kind of maintain their cool in a corner position against Milia, despite the high-low mix, the disc setup here, and not pulling the trigger on bursts in a do-or-die situation. Great throw from Nubenheimer to close out that first game. I mean, just the wall of defense from Nubenheimer is definitely the tail for this bracket. It's going to be really interesting to see Nubenheimer go up against Razzo in this bracket here if Rat can't stop the onslaught of Nubenheimer.
Yeah, one thing I've seen early on with Rat is they're prioritizing a lot of same side mix. Just like the first game, I think I saw them go opposite side once, and it was a little bit more easier to read situation. So I think Rat really needs to mix up that pressure early on, do the riskier things that you think Nubenheimer might punish you out of, because there's a chance they won't. And that will lead you into spiraling and making that mental stack build further and further and further. And you can see right now that's a good overhead to the start. Keeping it same side high once again. Nubenheimer not having to switch the direction of that block button too much could lead them to victory, but Rat is playing this very carefully.
Yeah, utilizing the speed to shut down the startup of Nubenheimer's buttons is going to be so important. Great dust to get the shatter, and also positive bonus here. BRC chase down. There's our 2S. Rat might be a little bit of exit. 2K, nice.
Finally coming out, BRC on the disc to create some space in there, but a counter hit 6P with the RRC. It's going to be great for Nubenheimer to keep it into the corner, but they're not dead just yet until the reset with the 2K. Rat taking the pace of this game into their favor, wanting to make this as quick, finishes as quickly as possible versus the big boy Nago Ryuki, but finds a good hit, but not a full conversion off it. But that's a lot of blood over there for Nubenheimer. You're holding the mix, and you do not have access to any of your specials right now.
Empty jump low, my goodness. Nubenheimer away here. The jump in, but didn't expect the hit to connect. Got a burst still. That was crazy. The Nubenheimer smelled the burst coming a mile away and still wasn't able to block in time. And already corner position, we are in a tough mess of a situation here for Rat right now. You missed the hit. You got the burst, but still wasn't able to capitalize on it. One touch away. Can we do it? The 5K!
Attempts to side swap, but gets hit by the boot. Nubenheimer just once again keeping calm in that scramble situation, just ready, waiting for Millia to come in like a machine almost, just kicked out of the sky. And already, well, that's one traded in already. 45%, 55% of Millia's health gone with each hit, and oh my goodness, just further and further that risk gauge is going to build up, and the blood gauge will stay calm. And a nice hit JS could be the start that Rat needs.
Great backdash here from Nubenheimer, and yeah, it's a tall order, right? One 5K interrupt costs so much of Rat's health right there too, and one touch away from death. Trying to reach for a jump D, missed the disc setup, but still, yep, a 5K interrupt right there. Nubenheimer taking it. It's 2-0, and look, Rat's been throwing out those 5Ks, you know, just as a faster button to shut down a lot of that startup from Nagoriyuki. But Nagoriyuki still got a 5K too. Nagoriyuki got some speed. You know, you can't just be running in on this character for free.
He's got the training weights removed from the legs with the speed of that 5K, it feels like sometimes. But yeah, that was an unfortunate disc at the very end, just allowing Nubenheimer to retake control of a situation that was already, the pendulum was swinging back into Rat's favor. But you know, that's what happens through these top 8s. The unexpected always occurs, and Nubenheimer was prepared for it. We'll see if they're prepared to take this final game, or if Rat can make the sweep.
Significant down, a couple 2Ps right there. We have our disc set up, push to the corner, finds a gap for a throw. This is crazy, right? Nubenheimer's defense and offense in general are just absolutely absurd. We saw these reactions last week as well for Nubenheimer's first Weds Night Fights top 8 appearance, and still showing that the East Coast can put in some work out here tonight. Rat is in trouble. The trade, we take those.
Trade going in Nubenheimer's favor. This has been a great demonstration of the two styles of Nagoriyuki. We've had Hotashi, who's the very much, I have a blood gauge and I'm going to use it, versus Nubenheimer, who's been very willing to just stay at 2 bars and the opponent there. Tossing him out of the sky with it as well. 6H to cover on a 1-second universe, now forcing the burst.
Oh, mashed out. Look, when you're in BSU positive state, you can just keep going, Pukyo, all the way in. I'll chase down Millia all day. The gold burst with. It's a hope and a prayer for Rat. The quarter pressure. And again, stoic in the corner. The 2S bravery here from Nubenheimer, taking it 3-0 over Rat. And not for a lack of trying. Rat was just, you know, gosh, really trying so hard to open up Nubenheimer. But I almost feel like you said earlier as well, same side mix, that corner pressure was probably some of the best situations that Rat had throughout that entire set, especially being able to switch things up between, you know, the highs and to jump lows. You could really get Nubenheimer guessing, but the caveat to it on top of it, just to make matters worse, as if you weren't, you know, already getting carpal tunnel if you're playing on stick, you're putting yourself into a situation where Nubenheimer is just so good on defense, and it's so difficult to open up somebody like that. But the consistency from Rat is definitely substantial in that set.
Yeah, you know, it was a real David Goliath situation. You're fighting against someone whose defense is very solid. Their punish game is incredible, as well as then also having the big body, big health, big damage character. It's a hard situation for Millia to be in, but Rat played excellent through those sets. We'll have to see if this next set of games he's playing play excellent in Happy Chaos versus Ramlethal, Smitty versus Solstice.
I feel so bad for Solstice here. If y'all been watching Pool, Solstice has had to go through three now different Happy Chaos players, Smitty being the third, all different styles. I tell you what, this is the type of practice you're looking for, right? You get your aggressions out on pre-patched Happy Chaos. You just look, you have no possible way to control my power, my onslaught, my rage. Take my love, my sorrow, and all my anger. Swords for the wall, no more Tobato for you.
you know, Solstice just showing, in fact, that they are the bone of their sword right now, controlling the damage over onto Smitty. Smitty not even able to really, like, take a breather in this game. Burst finally coming out to give him a chance, but Solstice just runs up saying, no, there's no neutral. We're just going back in, toss him back to the ground. Sword pressure once again. You now have to hold the BRC next. Good ups over there for Smitty. Gets thrown up.
You stand up for me real quick. Wait a minute. We are blocking for sure. The 2K. Oh no. Solstice.
I'm at a loss for words there with the 2K at the end of the beam super.
It's just Smitty lost rock, paper, scissors right there. That's all.
Yeah, true.
That's all. Honestly,
True.
all that you lost was rock, paper, scissors. He had a 1 in 30, 33% chance. We're gonna work on percentages because fractions not my forte. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, had a good old 4/12 chance right there, but a good old rocket
There you
always
go.
works. Is what Solstice is thinking. There can't be RPS if you only have one option. And right now, Solstice just already setting in once again. But Smitty finally able to get away, finally to catch their breath, finally able to pull out the gun. So you can see they've now turned this into a happy chaos game. Keep it a lot slower. This isn't Leo. You don't have that speed through the step dash to get. You got to play a little bit more calm. Coming out now slowly on as well. Concentration super. Keep them in the skies. Gets the second hit back on the ground. Find a third one, or Solstice can close the gap when his concentration goes away. It looks like they're off to a great start now.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, 2+ on the sword explosion. That's a whip throw and an opportunity for Smitty to jump into the jump slash of Solstice. Goodness gracious. Hold on to the beam. You're so close, Smitty. So close in one decision, but still, look, there were no bullets there. You had to make something happen, and unfortunately, the jump in cost you. Nice jump P to interrupt from Solstice, and again, air supremacy.
First of all, setting up the clone. This is where Smitty's trying to create the old-fashioned happy chaos game plan, but Solstice getting out of that drop now, closing the gap, saying you don't even get to play that if you want. You don't even get to play the game until just now. Finding those hits, getting double cursed there, has mostly full bullets. This is exactly where Happy Chaos wants to be. On top of it.
Couple 5D, full concentration. Let's go skeet shooting and wrap things up here. Smitty. Oh, wait. Close up to the wall? Oh, no.
Paul Ramethal has PRC as well.
Oh, no.
It's hit with the far slash.
No!
And we're holding that and gets hit with the JH to close that one out. Solstice now taking it 2-0 over Smitty. They've got one game potentially left if Smitty's not able to turn it back, but
Hydrate on this one. Hydrate on this one. Take a moment. Do a lap around the room.
Take an Excedrin if you need it.
You're trying to give Solstice the boost right now? Oh my goodness. So, look, here, have an Excedrin. I feel bad for you right now. Have one. Goodness.
And we can see right now Solstice already keeping that pace into their favor. They've warmed up. They've played 2 Happy Chaoses before, and they're ready to play in more of them in the future. So they're ready for this. Smitty might not be as prepared for Ram as Solstice is right now. And a nice counter hit right there is going to be big damage in the corner. Getting the beam super as well. No Motobato coming out here. Shoot him over, and now Smitty doesn't have a lot of health. They got a lot of resources, which could be the start of the game plan to need a victory.
Solstice walked. There was no dash. It was a walk. So react to your jump, jailed out with jump P, taking the round. Solstice is in control, and Smitty needs to find a way out rapidly. Full screen situation, nice. Got the pop up. We're cursed up. We're trying to go back to old style Happy Chaos. The burst out. Solstice here. And again, nice. A couple anti-airs here, but the jump P jailed. Nice. And oh dear. Big start. Just got enough meter for the Mortal
Slightly too high up for the beam, but that's still big damage. Smitty now in a 1 interaction situation away, with Solstice sitting on the positive bonus. And RRC at the end, Smitty has to find an opportunity to burst. He does. A tight situation to find versus Ram. is able to, and gets the black boot shots as well from these guys. There's only 2 bullets left. Be very careful now.
Yeah. When you see Ram with 50% tension, don't leave those gaps. That reversal mortal Botto will be coming through, and unfortunately spells the end for Smitty and for one of 2 of our Happy Chaos players in this bracket. We still have 2 Nagoriyukis. We still have 2 Ramlethals. So
I am seeing double so far through this bracket right now.
That's crazy. Only 1 variety left right now, and that is Razzo's Leo. Otherwise, it's all duplicates for the rest of the way. So that is going to be an interesting bracket to check out here. And of course, it's going to be interesting to see all of you use the final 6 codes in this match, Reno. Just 6 more codes to use before we hit grand finals and then some. So feel free to tweet it out, let folks know that Series E Guilty Gear Strive Top 8 is happening right now. So definitely tune in for this one, because we do have coming up next year looking like a glorious opportunity to get more clips, because these players are absolutely killing it tonight. So definitely submit the best clip. Just grab an artistically sound clip, right? Submit it into the contest for fresh cuts here. Of course, 3 winners will be announced throughout the week, and you'll get a free subscription to Level Up Live for having the best clip of the night. So definitely take advantage of that opportunity. Umi Show and Nubenheimer coming up next right now.
Yeah, this is a Umi Show is wanting the run back. This is the losers bracket this early on is not something they are as familiar with, to be quite honest. This is a spot that they've normally been able to stick in the winner's side, and we'll have to see if they're able to create the opportunities to actually open up. As we've seen before, very defensive, very good at just holding the block and finding those opportunities.
Oh, great backdash from Umi Show, and finally finding the opportunity to get 1 bullet in the chamber. But the reversal overdrive will catch you lacking. Umi Show definitely in trouble. A small blunder too, like a rare one at that. Umi Show to be out of bullets is a very rare occurrence, and Liebenheimer's doing, oh no, a great thing and taking advantage of it. Not so great in wasting that gold burst. Well, it's a call out, right? Let's not call it because we got the W. It was calculated. It was a threat.
It was a tactical retreat right there. It was actually I think it was a relatively safe decision, just to, because they knew Amisho couldn't punish that much with 2 low bullets, 2 low concentration. So you were in a pretty safe place to burst right there. Able to recognize that was a very smart decision, and also able to recognize those hits right now, finding those clips on that Amisho, but Amisho's already got him back into the corner once again with full bullets and a lot of concentration. But the BRC next time coming through, curses out, saying, I'm not getting clipped by the super, but I will BRC out of it to keep myself safe. You're now stuck in the Amisho strike throw dimension. This is a very tough place to be in, but no concentration. We'll give Niebenheimer a chance to breathe, a chance to live, and a chance to win.
Some kinks in the armor, that's for sure. Definitely got hit with the fuzzy there from Show in the corner situation, but Liebenheimer slugging their way out at a high concentration, or excuse me, high blood rate situation. Tried to fire away victory, take a steady aim. My goodness. What's scary about that? Yeah, like what's scary about that situation is I almost feel like Show was waiting for like a Beyblade or something, just in case if that did rip, because you don't want to get called out trying to make it stop. But here we go. On the Deus Ex Machina, look at that hard knockdown as well too.
Early hitting some big damage is going to be great for Show. And now we can see that positive bonus coming through. You think clipped by that backdash, you might be stuck in a long blocking string, but Liebenheimer now finding an opportunity to take their turn and finding a good counter hit as well.
It was a great attempt though, right? Because Show had the just blocks, a couple drifts for you to move on over to victory here. Show, I can't believe it. You spent 100 meter just to Tetris move on into position and let the drop hit.
Hey, sometimes you really need the T-spin to get that Tetris right there, and Show was able to find it. No line pieces coming up for them anytime soon, so they had to do what they had to do.
I mean, that's the nail on the head right there. Umisho found the T-spin victory right there, and that was nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, and that's that Umisho factor. They have played so much of this match, been like level 3600. That's 1 or 2 games played to be able to your Stripe at least, give or take, maybe. And Umisho has played against Nagos of every caliber, every variety, every mindset, and so they are prepared for this. But Nubenheimer has to really show the defense to take it off. And right now they're being very aggressive with that blood use, popping it super early on, but also burst.
No! Oh my God! Okay. Oh God!
Saved by their own pause button right there. That was going to be big damage. Nubenheimer had a frame or 2 more. Finds the bloodsucker universe as well. Gives the RC to keep the pressure going in the corner, but they're not out after that 6K just yet. But a 2S will close it out. I was gonna pop off that super king route.
If I would have lost it, I just we knew it was coming. The cross-up's still coming though. Umisho gonna hold this corner, trying to maintain that pressure. Gets a little bit of concentration to continue the strike throw mix pressure in the corner. Stand up for me real quick, Nubenheimer. I have some more bullets for you. Okay, nice dash cancel. Still maintain the pressure. Tap dust. Got our slump state. This is where the cycle begins.
Slump, but this time gonna go for the dancing front and then deal the big damage. Won't be dead just yet, but you're at full resources at a full gauge. But a Beyblade coming through to spin past the bullets
all day.
But
I'll take the trade.
You can't spin out of a punch right there. Umisho able to find that hit right there to tie this one.
Great backdash on the Fukyo. The BSU is going to whiff. And nice cross under as well. We're going to get our shatter position. Hold the corner. He did forward tech. There we go. Nubenheimer already in Blood Rage stage 2. This is bad news, Bears. Goodness gracious, a perfect round. A series of unfortunate events here for Nubenheimer, though. And great situational awareness from Umisho to make some crackpot decisions in those interactions.
Chaos.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to did they think they were going to be able to pop off and get right next to Umisho and then Blood Rage and then they blocked it and then created a safe situation for them? I'm not entirely.
I'm not even, because especially too, Umisho was still ready to fire. And I think Umisho probably wanted to pull the trigger a little bit earlier to maybe get the shatter, but that hesitancy, right? Because we didn't see the immediate pull to notice, oh, I see where Blood Rage is at, and I don't want to waste this opportunity. So we let them off. They didn't come off. And then the second time they did, great situation for Umisho to just continue, to take advantage of the blunder that was from Nubenheimer. Nice pogo shot here. Slump state begins. We got a guess in this corner.
Yeah, this is such a hard situation. Let this be a lesson for all you kids in the chat. When you're stuck on the wall, just go forward. It'll save you it'll save you at the prime opportunities. And Umisho is healing in a prime opportunity right now with all the meter in the world, all the resources in the world, but the block's coming out for Nubenheimer. Oh, I know about to hit, but throws Umisho out of the pressure. This is their turn to go. No bullets available, so even if they're able to escape, it's not the end of the world.
Couple slashes has to. Oh dear, the close slash. Try to get a backdash out of there. And already got cloned up, but you ran too far ahead. The 2P. Great call from Nubenheimer.
Such a tight situation right there, not able to reload because you'll get hit, so you have to run up and try to make a move, and Nubenheimer was prepared for it, prepared to throw you back into the cover.
K2D got our knockdown, trying to cross up here, tap dust, get the pickup. Umisho still firing away. Definitely taking a shadow this time. Has to catch up on the health deficit.
Yeah. Choosing to keep the meter this time, keeping at the wall. Concentration super's coming out. Now you're gonna play good old-fashioned happy chaos. The other reload, concentration super, reload. But now you're getting in there saying, We can't let that happen forever.
Yeah, you know, what's really cool is that we're seeing some conditioning here until he gets slaughtered by a slash. The throw sneaks through. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
Goes under. Neubenheimer able to close that one out at the very end. Good adaptations from Neubenheimer to set the pace into their favor, all for except a moment or two through that last game.
Exactly. And a great call out for Umisho. What I was going to say is that Umisho definitely kind of goading Neubenheimer to get closer and closer, so Umisho can get that corner positioning there, right? You know, got the roll through, went for a corner setup as well, but unfortunately Neubenheimer found the way out, and now putting a point on the board because of it too. Umisho still has, you know, ample opportunity to try to take advantage and knock out probably one of the most defensive players they have in this bracket right now, but the close slash aggression is going to call it Umisho right now. Nice. Okay, we're playing the real footsies, the neutral.
Good old-fashioned freezies coming out right now, and that's a lot of blood gauge still left on Nago, even with the reduction. Burst out back to full screen, so now Nago doesn't have the ability to use the special moves to get in. This is exactly where Umisho wants him to be.
Yes, great throw. That's our situation. Jeez Louise. There's our dash cancel, slows down time just a smidge with BRC reloading. 2K finds its mark, caught the back dash, and we're cursed.
Cursed, but now Umisho has to reload in front of you, and you are prepared for it. With the far side, but the 6H doesn't reach, just slightly out of distance. But the Beyblade comes through to spin to win out of that rush right there.
The Fukyo backwards into Beyblade. You knew for a fact you were gonna get that far.
That was a I've been in this situation before. And Umisho is trying to get out of that kind of situation again, but Neubenheimer with those great hits on the Beyblades, able to just confirm the hard knockdowns, keep Umisho locked down, and not allow them to run the Umisho game plan. First coming out could be the start that they need.
Firing away, taking aim here, puts the clone up. We want to try to maintain some distance. The BRC punish with Beyblade instead of Fukyo. Great decision making there, right? Because we're already at level 2 blood. Great throw to close out the game, 2-2. Yeah, it's an additional use of resources at that point. We don't want to Fukyo and crank ourselves up in the blood rage. We got 50% tension. We know we can get this punish. And what a smart call out from Neubenheimer. So it's all tied up. Great situation awareness on both sides here. And once again, we are in quite a set right now. But just
It's gone back and forth. Like it was looking like hashtag Umisho sweep, but now Neubenheimer's with the hashtag reverse sweep, and they're like Umisho just hasn't made the major change that Neubenheimer did in these last couple games to really take the pace, turn it in their favor, and make Umisho seemingly more afraid of what Neubenheimer's doing. Now playing a little bit more safe, pushing them out with the success right there. Superman punching already at the wall, 50% of their life gone in a single interaction. This is the start that Umisho wants to now. They get a huge hit away from them as well.
I'm really surprised that Umisho didn't press the corner, right? Especially, you know, in a positive state to continue block screen pressure. Calls out the Fukyo and keeps pulling the trigger. It's like, oh, wait! No!
Yeah, I think Umisho's tried doing that in the past in these games, and Neubenheimer's defense has just been too much. They've been prepared for what Umisho can bring, so they decide to reset it back to neutral, just shoot, and they try to Beyblade, try to keep it calm, and that seemed to work out in the beginning, but Neubenheimer now gets their start with these with the pressure going through close slashes to keep the plus frames.
Beautiful delays here for Neubenheimer, finding an opening as well too. Slash series once again, Beyblade's in, tries to go for the whiff punish. Get these baits out. We've seen Umisho fall for him time and time again. Oh no, didn't commit. Not gonna pick up much after the fact anyways though. One more touch will do it here for Umisho, and there's the throw. Final round, last game, burst on deck for both players. You couldn't ask for a more even round to end things off here. Great counter hit for Neubenheimer.
Counter hit Beyblade, and the Blood Suck Universe comes out, but Umisho jumps out of it, choosing not to punish, just choosing to run away, and now you're already in the other corner, coast to coasting yourself right there. And now Neubenheimer finding those hits keeping them at the wall. This is very dangerous. The Bloods like the universe wins from PRC back. No punish from moving from jumps right to Gold Burst.
You know, great patience though from Umisho in that corner situation, because when the BSU whiffed right there, we've been punished before trying to punish the BSU because of that PRC drift. So great call on Umisho, but it's such a situation of like, gosh, like I gotta guess again now. It's still Nubenheimer's turn, and that's so infuriating to be stuck in that scenario, knowing that I have all these options in my hands, but Nubenheimer is ready for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It was and like Numenheimer was ready for that layer above that. Even they're like, okay, they know that I've been punishing them for trying to punish the PRC, so I'm just gonna PRC and stand back over here, let them try to do something, realize, oh, it's my turn again, we're good to go, hit the / button.
Yes, absolutely. A great set. Nubenheimer is still in this, of course, and that does mean that we do have Hotashi and Solstice coming up here in a moment to round out what our losers semis could potentially be. Gosh, yeah, another Nagoriyuki, but this time up against Rambothal the Valentine.
Hey, Solstice has Solstice has had to go through the Happy Chaos Gauntlet. They're now having to go through the Nagoriyuki Gauntlet to get through the top 8. Happy Chaos is gone, at least from one side of the, or from both sides of the bracket. So you don't have to worry about that anymore if you can get through. You have to get through the Vampire Gimps.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I do not envy Solstice in this gauntlet. The double gauntlets to end off your Weds Night Fights bracket run is going to be just exhausting here. So we'll see how the rest of this top 6 does turn out here. Solstice in a whole grip of trouble right now.
Yeah, they had to exhaust all the options that they had available in that situation. Besides burst of the audience able to clean this one up, and finding the counter hit with the Beyblade, they now force the first Solstice.
Got 6 speed, still going to challenge that 2S as well. Here we go. Daro series from Solstice out of the corner at the very least. And there's the Daro pressure again.
Once again, but just keeping them on the ground for now. With 100 meter though, gets thrown. BRC out, just keep the pace going. Sword coming through. Explosion into the beams. This should be able to close that. Solstice right there.
But you said beans, explosion into the beans. Oh no, not the beans!
The beam cannon coming through as this Ramlethal beans and finding the hit in the corner right there for Hotashi. This is a great start for them with the super punish at the wall. This is a bad
Hotashi got beam blasted, and he's just going to have to cut those up into the French-style green beans out here to continue that pressure. The tap does to wrap it up. Perfection.
Yeah, just able to close it out with a perfect at the very end. They're showing that they're eating healthy, eating those beans every day of the week to keep that mental energy full.
Taking it well. Forget Hyper Beam. It's a beam blast. Okay, so one on the board for Hotashi here. I'm thinking of the possibilities. It's about to get baked.
Yeah, right now Hotashi's trying to do a really good job of controlling those 60s, trying to get Solstice to do something, but Solstice finding an early burst to keep anything that Hotashi is doing away from it. 5P to check. Nice backdash on their particular turn. Good punishes over there from Hotashi.
The Beyblade, when you least expect it, immediate rip into super. Gonna take that round right there.
Beyblade let it rip indeed at the wall, crashing it forward, keeping Hotashi's green alive. But so far, Solstice tries to punish with a 2S right at the get-go, but Hotashi was prepared for that player. Bloodburst to keep him at the corner, toss him back to the ground. You gotta hold this, and Hotashi forcing the burst out. Blood gauge ending. It's now their turn to shine. They got an empty gauge and a dream blood-sucking universe now forcing a burst after the RC there.
The close slash turret, like, look, there's no escape. There's no hope for you. Abandon ye hope, all who enter here. Holy cow. To be locked out of that corner and Hotashi is still pressing slash after you jumping over. It's an anti-air slash. You still got to block. Oh no.
The epitome of fight back happening in the corner right there. Hotashi just controlling the speed, controlling the pace of this game up to it right now. Solstice, we saw it last game with our previous match. Anything can happen in this combo. We can see these reverses, we can see them come through, but that's going to require Solstice to make a couple of great decisions on a couple of blunders over from Hotashi. So we'll have to see if that comes through. But the blocks and the punishes coming out, it's a great start for Hotashi to take this set. But Solstice as well, finding those hits, getting the damage in. Cap does come through with an RC into the corner, into the Bean Super, blasted over into the other screen. Solstice is not out just.
Oh boy. That's a big old beanstalk of a blast if I ever saw one. But the DP pick up off 5K. Nice, still just press it. The offense from Hotashi, like you want to try to play that mid-screen game plan as Solstice here, as Ramlethal should. The trade and still press Hotashi, the mad lad.
Hotashi now on match point for pressing button and doing a great job of it. The reaction on the Fukio now allowing Solstice to take a turn. This is going to be a great hit into the corner for them. You have to hold the sword pressure, trying to backdash out of it. It's not going to happen. Even the corner, Bean Super coming out, breaks the wall. There's no potential one-touch situation for Hotashi if they're not able to close it up. But Solstice is showing great pressure so far in this game. Able to close that one out with a perfect in-kind, now bringing it 1-2.
Yeah, and honestly though, like, gosh, Hotashi being able to capitalize even off of trades, that's just good knowledge on one, the character, and also like just the situation as to what buttons will follow up next after that particular trade, because it's always a consistent confirm after these trades are happening in Hotashi's favor. Solstice is now just like fighting for their lives, like we've been saying, right? But once those hits do connect, they really count. And honestly, I think that's first and foremost why Hotashi is being as aggressive as they are in this match, because look at what Ramlethal is capable of. Already 50%. You got two-touch, Bean Blast on the way. Eat your vegetables.
Yeah, just a good source of fiber coming through to deal the big damage over there. And finding the hit again already. And this is a situation that you cannot burst out of. It's completely burst safe. And so Ram just able to close it out with Super once again, ending in a perfect. Solstice is on their wavelength. They're on their vibe. They're ready to take this one. And they counter hit at the beginning once again. Throw for the reset. And now you have to hold the swords. Forced to burst out, but bursting into the corner right there. Solstice running just a little bit too far forward with a nice counter hit with Vidara right there.
I thought we were going to pick up into the corner, but look at the situation that we're in now. Hotashi going for this overdrive. We're going to get our hard knockdown. Another neutral situation, but Solstice is sitting at 100 meters. Don't windshield like that. Please, Solstice, please don't do it. Okay, Mortal Bato, cool. Positioning, asked for it. We're good.
Finding the counter hit now. Hotashi finding a great 5K with positive bonus as well, but just choosing to keep the meter while keeping Solstice at the corner. You have to block the dust there. But it's a hard reaction, tying this up. Hotashi now sitting on a match point over Solstice. Solstice going to need what we saw earlier to really send it forward, but Hotashi's doing a good job of putting two Nagos on the screen at any given time. And as you know, sword buttons at level 3 blood, it's so hard to get through.
Yeah, especially too, like we're going 2S. You're only going to be dashing. The classic, oh my god, and a DP, and once again, in the favor of Hotashi, able to capitalize on the situation with jump heavy slash. You thought you could throw. You thought it was still no. These are calculated blood rages. These aren't accidental.
No.
These are that's the difference in caliber of play that you see from a Hotashi style of Nagoriyuki. These blood rages, we're aware of where our meter is at in blood and definitely going to plan accordingly for that next interaction in the corner situation.
Yeah, definitely, Hotashi's that's the Hotashi factor. I feel like out of every Nago in North America, at least, I feel like they have the best management of that blood gauge and the best opportunity. Like they know exactly when they need to use it, how they need to use it, and why they're using it. and it definitely pushes them over a level that it can be hard to come back from. Solstice almost did it though. We saw it. Solstice was powering through it, but Hotashi was able to just, you know, hit that level 3 at the very end, and Dev was able to take that one. And they'll be moving on to fight Nubenhammer in the loser semis.
That's going to be insane to see, and so unfortunate for Solstice to constantly run the gauntlet of back-to-back characters. But you're right, like seeing the different styles in the Goryukis, the ones that are really running Blood Rage, I really just kind of think about like Test Your Luck and Hotashi, and still, despite them utilizing Blood Rage, they utilize it in very just different ways, where Test Your Luck really plays to their namesake, right? Of just, you know, really testing the situations, where Hotashi is a very calculated usage in some cases, or, you know, sometimes Hotashi can get caught flying a little too close to the sun with these Blood Rages, but usually in a positive way. Razzo up against Red Ditto. Red Lethal. Wait a minute. Low profile the button. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's how you know Red Ditto is feeling it. This is the aggressive DP. This is a matchup that's traditionally hard for Leos, but you have to remember once again, Razzo. This ain't no ordinary Leo coming through. You can see Red Ditto is doing a great job of trying to control the pacing of the game to their favor. Beam Super coming through, blasting through the wall the next week, but Leo's a healthy boy. It's his Wheaties every morning, able to live through it a little bit better than some other characters.
Oh dear.
Attempt on the BRC.
That 2K, another Beam Blast for you.
Yep, Beam Blasted at the end. Red Ditto closing that one out quickly with it. Just, clipping the BRC at the very end, rather than trying to control any kind of space right there. But finds a 2D. This is a great start for them to get back turn. Cancels out quickly to just try to recontrol with S-Boom. He finds a throw. This is the great opportunity for Mix. He gets hit with the opposite side mid. Throw as well, and now trying to use the back turn. He catches the jump out into the back turn super to quickly tie this one up.
Yeah, great routing from Razzo as well. That's killed here, just look cool. I mean, you can just appreciate just some really solid routes on these buttons as well. Oh my goodness, great throw. And another one for you. Stop. Still has 50% tension as well, too. Slash. I dare you. I dare you. You can't do nothing about it.
A fight back. A fight back. A fight back. Lost.
You won't. You won't.
with the back turn parry, but eventually finds it at the very end, closing out with the counter hit and then Berserker slash. Hit over into next week. Right. Razzo closing out the first one.
Y'all know that was your fresh cut moment right there, right? Like, come on. That's it right there. Clip it. I'm giving you insider trading advice right now. Clip that. Go on. I'm sure it will be fixed.
The FTC is coming us. The federal trade clips are coming for us.
Sign it, seal it, send it. It's done.
We're gonna hope that these players are able to send it through these next games, keep the aggression going and the pacing. Raz already up to a great start, going with the early 2K. Tries to find a punish on the Daro. Flashes with the 6P for the arrow tag. Now Red Ditto's turn to keep him in the corner. Early burst coming out.
Hit two, headbanger for you, and just burst out of it. Yo, just stepping out of range of that, and still Razzo able to get the overdrive barrage. Get a hard knockdown post the wall break as well.
This is now what Razzo has been doing to people, making them afraid of that close line. But Red Ditto isn't. Just backdashes out, but Razzo turn. Back turn S comes through. You don't get to do that 10 times in a row. Put a Bacho.
Oh no! Ditto finished able to finish it. Ditto! No!
Oh my goodness. Razzo able to keep it alive, found the mix opportunity, and turned that one into their favor. No burst for either player, but Razzo now in a momentum shift, which could spell danger for Red Ditto. Nice slashes coming through. Good mash on the 6. Good mash on the 6.
Trying to chase down. Razzo here has to be so careful. Don't overcommit, and he just lost a sword. Back turn stance, there's 50% tension available. Red Ditto getting that burst. Distance once again. Look, you have plenty of resources. Windshield wiper comes through, hit it to the wall, send it, beam blast, baby.
goes through, gonna deal big damage, and that's some baked beans right there with the amount he did at the wall.
There's red bean paste on the wall everywhere, just smeared all over.
Good old Rice on the side as well with the DP coming through. And now you are having to hold this back to pressure. Razzo, just the confidence and able to quickly shift from bar slash into the guard point.
Through the turbulence startup. Through that. That was crazy.
Yep. Fighting fire with fire variant. Nice air tech for both players. PRC are trying to get something, but just to block the 60 to keep it safe. You're now getting thrown in the corner.
Another one for you.
Once again. Do it a third time. Nope, it's overhead with the back turn. Super gonna be big damage. It killed. It killed.
That was a lot right there. And you know what? Gosh, it could have been a completely different story had Red Ditto been able to finish that string, to finish the round against Razzo. We would put one on the board, but Razzo's still up on it. 2-0 right now.
Nerves affect everybody at every point. It's an unfortunate situation, but we'll have to see if Red Ditto is able to come back, or if they're able to take a little bit of a break, get some good old-fashioned anytizers in to fill their stomach up to keep this going.
Yeah, that's important. Night.
Balance time.
Yes. Good air here. And you know what? I'm really starting to think about like what could Red Ditto's done in that situation. You were so low to the ground with Leo that it had been so tough, and it's tough to catch that counter hit. You have to burst out 6D, follow up, and still Razzo, relentless.
The cross slash for the wall break right there. Red Ditto still has a chance to turn the tides if they can find a good hit, which this seems like a great start for it. Keep him in, throw him over there. Safe jump. You're still getting hit regardless. Bean Super coming through, blasting on over.
I should need to recalibrate my glasses.
Yeah,
what happened?
The bean blast itself came through and ended Razzo's life right there. Finding a good hit into the cross slash.
Beans are a good source of iron, so that was a pretty heavy hit.
And it's true. Finds a good mix of the throw right there to keep it in the corner. Back turns. Doria at the.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was even heavier.
Oh my goodness.
What is damage?
What is it? What damage isn't real. You know, I've been watching DNF and I'm seeing these touching deaths, these 50% kills. A super still just in guilty gear always surprises me with how much it does. Nice utilization of the 2K, not able to convert over the PRC at the very end, but now you're getting bounced into the corner. It's come through for the big damage. And now Razzo on match point, finding the clip they need, finding the hit, the Roman cancel, and the slash to close that one out. 3-0 over Red Ditto.
So Razzo sitting here in grand finals, looking really strong right now. Red Ditto out in losers, and we still have the loser semis to get through. Nubenheimer up against Hotashi, and only one single Matcherino code left to use before the night is over. Tabby, it's been a tremendous top 8 so far.
This has been
now we're halfway through.
This has been back to back matches of just like high action. The pendulum swinging back and forth constantly between all these players. Definitely they are just the excitement in the air, the energy. It's a very, it's a feeling I haven't felt in a while within watching some of these games, and having all this full top 8 be like this has been, fantastic.
Yeah, and it's the type of competition that is helped to be brought in by Series E as well. Of course, being able to sponsor these events, kind of beef up that prize pool on top of what is already being put into the Matcherino. So definitely get the word out, let folks know, and of course, feel free to compete as well. Some great faces out there, of course, jumping in to the Series E events as well. But of course, great faces jumping into that Matcherino. Of course, you do have like we see in the chat going on, you got some sponsor quests alongside. You could also do some easy ones, like follow some great content creators in the community. Heck, if you want to, don some Matcherino merch as well. Some of that also goes into the pot as well. So if you feel like representing a brand that has also really helped out the FGC over the last couple of years, and even beyond the last couple of years too, just really more since the pandemic, like, definitely feel free to share the appreciation. Let the players know they're doing a great job as well. And even tweet it out if you've already used that free code. Let other folks get in on this one. Let them know Weds Night Fights is happening, and this is a spot to not only play, Guilty Gear Strive, Street Fighter 5, DNF Duel we just saw as well too, and it's a great spot to get some fantastic clips of the events that happen week after week. So be sure to utilize the clip function in Twitch. It's Alt X if you're just watching in the window tab. And you can set up a clip, submit it to Fresh Cuts, and you could be selected for a free subscription to level up.
I didn't know there was a shortcut for it on Twitch. I'm going to be honest. I thought you always had to click the button. That's knowledge to me, and hopefully that's knowledge to you, so that you can use it and submit over to those fresh clips.
There you go. We're learning, and we're going to learn how this Nagoriyuki mirror is going to break down.
You got to have knowledge over there. You have to read books. You have to figure out what's going on. But this is the Nago mirror. Sometimes reading isn't important, knowledge isn't important. It's who can spin faster that will really be able to close it out.
No way there's a round start DP from both players.
It's Beyblade from Nubenheimer, DP from Hotashi. Okay. Calling it right now.
Okay, but there was a round start DP for
there
sure.
There was a round start DP to Fukio. I'll take half credit for that.
Half points for both of us here. Hello?
Early super Fukio space out still hit. Right there, these players are just going crazy. They are keeping the pace and something that even I am not prepared for, and finding those hits in the corner.
Oh!
But the stage doesn't have time to come out. You don't have enough blood gauge to make that fully work. But
Hotashi!
Into the soup, confirmed. Hotashi's able to get it at the very end. Close it out and keep in burst for both these players as well after that situation.
That was absolutely at the trick. That was round start TP for both players. I got it! Okay, already got the corner situation. Great backdash here. And the close slash again, the confidence from Hotashi. Beyblade from downtown, 5K though. We got the reversal. Oh, we got it. Time and time again. You gotta be careful. Meter on deck. Start paying attention to resources.
Hotashi looks in his wallet, sees 50 meter and says, time to super. But Nubenheimer just uses that instead to sideswap. But Hotashi is now keeping the pace going once again. Trying to bait out Nubenheimer doing something crazy to close it out. Nubenheimer just keeping it calm, doing a classic defense. Finding a Beyblade into the 6H. The BRC with the JH to close it out. Using a little bit of that X factor to turn that into Hotashi's favor.
Yes, you reinvest your 50% tension into yourself. You get the slowdown, and it allows you to come in with a jump HS, slows down the anti-air from Nubenheimer, and seals the victory for Hotashi. What on the board, and already a strong, explosive round start. I wish I had the base bump and down. I gotta get my subwoofers hooked up at some point, right? Like,
gotta keep it yourself fully into the action right here.
Exactly. I want to be blasted back into the wall like the opening of Back to the Future. Like, let's go.
And Hotashi is wanting to go as well with the Beyblade right at the get-go, finding hit Nubenheimer Beyblades in return after that ready sequence. These players trading out, tries to find tap dust, but able to get a 5K punish. Blood leash down exactly where Hotashi wants to be. Able to actually space out Nubenheimer if they choose. Using the RC to keep it alive as well.
Spin and already committed to, we had the route. We were still going to get the shadow regardless, but here we go. DP round start does work out here for Nubenheimer. Too high for a burst right there. And the side swap was smoothly for Nubenheimer, but the blood rage, this could be a dangerous situation. Has to FD to delay the inevitable. Not going to burst. Oh my god. Nope, that's not going to work. Oh, Tachi!
The aggressive mash on the super, expecting Nubenheimer to be like others, but Nubenheimer is one in themselves, now fighting to punish with their own super, able to close that one out. tie it up, keeping it even once again.
DP round start, definitely close enough for a burst right there. Beyblade's in. Hotashi still poking away. Walks down the close slash as well. 5K does get the punish, and Nubenheimer trying to keep things even. Blood Rage is imminent for Nubenheimer here. A great anti-air. Another one for you. The 5K PRC. The conversion from Nubenheimer, immaculate.
Just a fantastic set of decisions right there for Nubenheimer. Able to quickly tie this one up.
I can't believe that damage. That was insane. I mean, deserved, right? I mean, think about how slow 2H is, right? That's deserved.
It's a slow button. You got to get your big counter hits while you can there.
Yes. Yeah, I honestly, like, definitely a great highlightable moment right there, too. Being able to Fukyo underneath to maintain the, the forward momentum, to get that corner positioning, to get the damage. And even still, like, I think we probably could have got what we're hit if the wall didn't happen, and you still would have gotten the kill. Like, you were one pixel away from victory without needing to spend overdrive. That was insane. So one apiece on the board right now for Nagoriyuki Supremacy. Who is the stronger one? The strong defense or
the strong offense? The crazy offense, to say the least.
The crazy wild one.
Yeah, the wild west over here. Just quickly utilizing that Fukyo, frame trapping with the close slashes into themselves. You're getting a nice hit, 50% on the Nago at the get-go. Is a great start for where you want to be. You just need one more of those, but that's a lot of blood gauge you have to work with. You have to be very careful. Gets tossed out of their own blood cell universe at the end, but the reversal super coming out saying, did you check it? You did.
PRC though, really interesting there.
Just the confidence in knowing that they were going to live after that interaction, but they might not live after this one. Getting hit with the super in the corner and knocked them onto the other side of the screen as well. However, not out just yet, just not close enough to the wall. Oh my goodness. BRC coming through to block the gold burst over there. Hotashi keeping it alive. Nubenheimer almost coming it back. That was a weird situation, that not breaking the wall, but you take what you get in a game. Burst coming out. Beyblade tried to check it, but good 2K2D over there. Just keeping a low pressure. Nice back dash from Hotashi.
Nice fast red RC as well, too. Gonna get this corner positioning. Just gotta check things with the 2S, but caught with punish there. Nubenheimer. I don't even want to say it until I see the painting come up. Slash.
Keeping the points on the board, keeping the paint drying, keeping the games even. Fukyo back away from both these players. They're saying, no thank you, I'm not having it for either of us. Okay, nice throw out of the corner.
Okay, DP not able to get a side slot, so you're just going to carry over to the west side of the screen. And nice just FD right there. Gets pushed back to Hotashi again, still pressing forward. PRC great backdash, the 5K doesn't connect, but the Beyblade going to let it rip. Our Dragoon, that blood rage is coming in. Overdrive. Hotashi closing it out, getting a 2-1 lead over Nubenheimer in what has been an absolutely tremendous set so far.
Yeah, and you can see that's that difference in between these Nagos of Hotashi figuring out where they need to pop their blood gauge, where they can push that aggression at the very end. Nubenheimer, they took the risks at the end. They played their good defense, but they needed to do something just to close that gap. And that allowed Hotashi to just sit back, stay calm, and punish it to keep the game going. So we'll have to see if Nubenheimer's able to adjust, able to try to take some of that Hotashi magic to turn it into their favor, or if Hotashi's able to keep the pace going as it is and close this one out.
Exactly. Here we go. Hotashi is poised to move on to losers finals here. Nubenheimer, though, it has been going in this back and forth. We've seen it, folks. This day, y'all been spending those points right on who's going to win in chat. I'm looking to see how big that pot. How big is the VIA points going to get? Is it the VIA dollar? Is that what we're calling it? The level up dollar? The V-Bucks? Oh, no.
You got to get your V-Bucks to vote on this match right here. You can see nice JH coming over there. Remember, trades for both these players now. Just resetting back to neutral. Equal blood gauge, equal resources. Except Hotashi has a little bit more meter. Hasn't enough to be able to RC if needed. Finds him with the 5K into the stupor.
No way.
Yes, way indeed. Gonna deal big damage at the wall. It should break and it should kill. Hotashi now sitting on match point over Nubenheimer. They already found the first hit early on to put him in the corner.
Close
Not
slash!
breaking just, close slash into 6H at the wall. Nubenheimer only a snip away from death right here. BRC forward, tries to Fukio to catch him. But the burst comes out. Hotashi punishes it, ending that set with a perfect.
Hotashi says enough. Like, we've had some fun. We've had some laughs. It's been a good time here, but I gotta get advancing this bracket, so I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Good try, Nubenheimer.
We're running late. We gotta get this bracket done early. I gotta get to bed. I gotta stream tomorrow. You know, Hotashi's gotta get his beauty sleep for it, and he wants to get through this bracket.
Yeah, the neutral game though from Hotashi was absolutely insane. But also just the caliber of players on both sides, right? From Nubenheimer and Hotashi. Like a lot of the same ideas were there, but you have your two different play philosophies between these two players. Like we said at the top, you know, Hotashi being that wild card aggression, and then Nubenheimer being, you know, extreme defense. The Drasil versus Dragoon, as it were, in the Beyblade matchup. And unfortunately, I don't know if y'all saw Beyblade, but Drasil never wins. I mean, Drasil wins, but never against Tyson. So here we go. Hotashi coming up against Red Ditto in losers finals. Already 50% health gone before we even got to the next second of the transition here, brought to you by Special Time.
Yeah, Hotashi just loves to set the pace early on with those big risks. And a lot of players, they're just willing to let that risk happen, almost, and to take that back seat early on and see if they can try to get that information from Hotashi. Hotashi's going to try to utilize that, find a couple of good hits. Red Ditto finds counter hit at the very tip of the swords, but not able to get a conversion off of it. Close out with the DP, keep it calm, keep it safe.
Hotashi with these lift punishes tremendous. Every set that we've seen thus far, and the whip punish of Red Ditto's own as well. Check this out. Gut check from the stage coming through from Red Ditto.
5 check coming through right there. And now Hotashi's in the corner, but able to find an opportunity to mash out. Having to spend some of that blood, though, is going to be a little dangerous. Finds a hit with the tap dust RC. Keep him in the corner. Hit him over, and that killed at the very end.
Windshield wiper does a grip to clean up the round, and got the 5K. Great momentum burst from Red Ditto to hold this corner position here. Charo series comes through and pin it to the wall. And
2S early burst coming from Hotashi, knowing that's their last chance to do it if Red Ditto doesn't bait it, or it's going to be a very scary situation. Now utilizing those longer range normals, trying to jump out, trying to do anything to lower that blood pressure.
Oh! Whip throw. Let's get the punish. Red Ditto trying to carry over to this corner. Not hide.
Sword coming.
It does get the tipper!
This isn't Marth, though. You're not dead just yet. Red Ditto still has 50 meter. Monobato coming up, but it gets blocked by Hotashi. Beyblade coming through to close that one out. Hotashi taking it 1-0 over Red Ditto so far in the losers finals match of this event.
I can't believe the spacing on that. Just
that was a cold and calculated decision to know that hit exactly there. That was tried true. We'd seen it 100 times before.
Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
I clearly have not. So Hotashi able to quickly take that one, pace it into their favor. Let's see if Red Ditto is able to shift it, slow down the pace, turn it into a Ramlethal game, not let the Hotashi turn it into a Hotashi game to wrap this.
Duel 1.
The round start for BSU to start. Not a good look. They're cloned out to keep the pressure going and crank the risk gauge. Okay, got the jump out, jump slash, but again, Hotashi unswayed 5K, gonna continue that pressure. No burst attempt quite yet. Got her 6P with the Oki situation, unfortunately, for Hotashi.
Right there, Hotashi comes just letting the blood gauge rip down as well a little bit. Red Ditto still doesn't have a lot of health for that burst, unfortunately whiffs, allowing Red Ditto to keep doing the corner. Motobato to close it out, but that's not the beam super. That's not going to deal enough damage to clean out the round.
Has to be so careful. More for the 2X, the dash up throw. wasn't ready for the Fukyo, and Hotashi clutches that victory out.
Hotashi really turning that around, gets hit with the delayed DP at the round start. Trying to DP one more time, but that's not a lot of blood gauge left. Pops in the corner, and this is now Red Ditto's chance to turn the game into their favor. Big damage coming through. That's most of their life are gone, but that's a fresh blood gauge. Quickly just spend all of it once again in the corner. Oh my goodness, Joey, they can't lose too much more life off this RC at the wall. Baseball bat hitting the grand slam to close that one out. Hotashi taking that one to a quick 2-0.
You said big damage coming through, and I just realized you meant Hotashi big damage coming through. Yeah, it wasn't Red Ditto at all. Wow.
No. Yeah,
you predicted it all.
I had my glass orb right in front of me. I read the signs. 3 of spades, and Hotashi was able to quickly close that one out. You know, when you're at this point with such low life, it's sometimes you have to take the gambles and the scrambles where you can. And Hotashi is a definite gambler and a scrambler through these games. But early hits already on to Red Ditto, dealing almost 50% after just some chip and a single combo. And building that risk gauge up and finds the counter hit Beyblade, not full just yet. So.
Nice air throw up the DRC too, slow things down. Go for another 6H chop. And the 2S to just challenge that approach. Can't believe that now still coming through. Nice. Wow, nice. 6P to avoid the sword. Great call out, and already remaining patient because of the drift here. And now Hotashi pushed back to that corner again. Pinned out, clean up the windshield. Not enough to kill them. Yeah,
picked up the sword at the very end to make the 6H kill at the wall. Red Ditto, definitely changing it, trying to make sure that they're able to take this game to their favor and not let Hotashi just steamroll like they had been. 5K's coming out, just trying to check anything that Red Ditto's doing. Anti-air. They already put him back into the corner, jumps through, trying to use any of the sword normals. One gauge down. Red Ditto now has a sliver of health left. Nice walk's gonna allow them to punish and take their turn back.
Oh geez, yep. Counter hit. Plenty of meter here. Oh no! Probably a misinput right there because my goodness, that 6H is definitely not the one to get the beam or the Mortobato. Okay, we're just running away, and I don't blame you. Has the fast dash right there just to close the gap and continue that pressure. Great utilization of resources, and you definitely made it count. Red Ditto putting a game on the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spending it all and then some, having the positive bonus to allow them that extra RC right at the very end, definitely turned the tide in their favor, allowed them to get that final mix-up situation, get the hit, and close the round, keep their dream alive, keep the point on the board. Both these players, they want a piece of that first place prize. They want to, more importantly, they want to fight Razzo. They want to fight the king who's been sitting at the top.
They want.
I think they do.
Okay.
I think they want to. I think Red Ditto wants that run back.
I think want is a strong word. Like necessary, sure. Want?
Oh, yeah. That's a that is a fair point. But we'll have to see if they're able to necessitate themselves some wins right here at the very end and keep it going forward, or who will end at the 3rd place mark. Hotashi off to a great start at the wall. Let's up the universe after the drop combo. Now it's time to risk me. Franklin finds the hit with the 6H throw in the corner one more time with an RC. Stuck at the wall, and the 6H to quickly close that one out. Perfect. Setting the pace, setting the story.
DP round start, but do we have a counter for how many perfects Hotashi got in the bracket so far?
I've lost the count.
And there's a substantial amount of perfection out here.
There's
perfectly moist Hotashi.
The right amount of hydration. Gets the ground bounce with the follow-up on the Super Mortobato coming up with a block of RC safe. And that's blood gauge filling up. Hotashi but burst early on.
Look at that. Just keep you at bay. Got a nice, beautiful sword slash for you. Okay. Great throw from Red Ditto. Got the 2K. And that spells disaster for Hotashi. Until the positive bonus. Okay, so you have one more interaction here. One more shot. And no shot at all. Hotashi advances 3-1 in his grand finals up against Razzo. Another run back. Just, I can't believe we're here once again, of course. Yet I'm excited that we're here. This is awesome to see this run back between Razzo and Hotashi. A strong set between these two. Of course, Leo and Nagoriyuki to end it all. One thing to take note, we had 2 Happy Chaos, and not one of them are here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Considering
2, especially, Umisho was definitely running away with it, right? As far as Weds Night Fight victories. And then 2, last week's champ, Nubenheimer, down and out as well. So completely different turnout of roster here. And still plenty of Series E action on the way. And y'all did it. Y'all used every single Matcherino code. That doesn't mean all of the codes have been used for other games. So definitely check out the DNF Matcherino. That's still rolling. And of course, the Plus R Matcherino as well for the Plus R bracket happening tomorrow. And even the addition of, be sure to tune in tomorrow too for the Series E as well. But first and foremost, we got to get through this grand finals here. Hotashi up against Razzo.
One of the a tale as old as time for Guilty Gear Strive. I feel like these 2 players have the most grand finals appearances versus each other in events out of any combination of players. I don't know. Their stats probably up there that we can figure that out, but
it is crazy because Razzo appears at almost every single online bracket. That's not to say that Hotashi doesn't. Like, Hotashi also puts in that work, but you can see coast to coast as well. Razzo is definitely one of those online warriors, especially being based out of Florida as well, right? So being able to have that entire broad spectrum of experience in play styles, different players across the board too. Of course, Hotashi, another high-level player. These 2 coming at each other time and time again. It's always fascinating to see what these opening gambits will be, how it's going to turn out next time.
This is Florida Grand Finals.
True.
This is Florida Grand Finals.
My goodness.
This is the bottom of the United States, the coast, I can't think of anything else off the top right because of the damage that's coming from Hotashi early on in this. Getting a blood gauge pop right at the very end, but DP's out of it saying, you don't get to do any kind of those shenanigans, but toss him back into the corner. No mix, no thanks to Hotashi taking the first game now out of the grand finals. Has to make 3 of these and then 3 more. Razzo only needs 3 rounds to win. Hotashi's off to a great start.
Check with the 5K back turn. Turbulence gets the juggle going. We're playing Tekken in Guilty Gear. Break burst. Out there, nice back dash. Perfectly spaced here, able to get the 2D, but not much off of it. There's the throw to punish the guard point. And Hotashi taking the first game.
Yeah, Hotashi just ready for what Razzo is bringing. This is one of those, they're playing the player matchup first and foremost.
Oh yeah,
this is a matchup where you're going to see these decisions. You might go, well, why is that happening? It's because they know they're already at 7 layers deeper than what we're
exactly.
Right now. So we'll have to definitely see if Razzo's able to make those adjustments, is able to turn it into their favor, or if Hotashi can continue to power up through these games. Get the bracket reset in their favor.
But neutral. There's your good old neutral right there. A couple 2Ks. Oh, the clash
on the DP, and then ready for the immediate confirm after it as well. Counter hit with the 6K to get into the turbulence, keeping the back turn, keeping the super at the wall break. That's big damage. That's a lot of blood. That's a full bar right there. Nearly full, but a throw is going to be the start they need. Keep it going down.
Oh no. Okay, wait a minute. No, actually, this is a really solid decision, right? Because we're going to keep that blood gauge a little bit increased, like to level 1 right now. Still draining away, but dropped the follow-up. So unfortunate for the just guard there for Hotashi. Going to get scooped up. Not looking good here, but don't let Hotashi stand up on this next interaction here unless you're going to keep this completely shut. One more try. DRC for the chase. Another one. There's the air throw, but not enough to kill. There's the 6-8. Yeah, what did I say before the shatter happened? Don't let Hotashi stand up one more time.
All they need is a moment to breathe, and they can turn the games into their favor, especially with those perfect just blocks coming from both these players. Go back trying to bait something out from Razzo, but Razzo just staying calm, bursting when they need to. Blood gauge popping out, and an early burst coming through.
A door for the anti-air.
Nice IBF. He's immediately after the pause rate there from the recovery. And going to turn that into their favor. Blood Rage pop in the corner.
The
Razzo
throw on the DP!
Yeah. The Berserker Slash comes through to close it out, saying no meaties, no thank you. Quickly tying this one up.
Okay. Tied up here, and of course, a scrambly situation right at the end, too. I mean, a solid read at the start, but just opting for that overshot was such a call. Hotashi ready for it there. Okay. Tough breaks here for Hotashi. We're now finding the dash in with the throw. And now we got our close slash counter hit. Big opportunity to go for this Blood Rage again. Make it count. Hotashi, I see what you're going for. Trying to get that homer, but nothing doing. Let's Beyblade. Let it rip one more time. Pick up into the corner. Definitely spend it here.
Spend it with the super to guarantee the kill. Hotashi's done a great job so far between this entire top 8 of only supering at the wall when they know they're going to be safe on blood or when it's going to kill.
Yes.
That's what they've been showing in this round. Now quickly taking that one 2-0 over Razzo right now. Razzo looking like they're on the back foot. Hotashi seeming like they're able to keep the pressure going. Wants that reset.
Yeah, this is the scary thing, right? We've talked about before, you know, the Razzo factor of just going down in a set and then completely reversing the pace, at least getting it down. Right? But that's not necessarily been the case when these two go toe-to-toe. Because generally it's either going to be really even or Razzo is just kind of like playing at their full system pace against Hotashi as the set goes on. Which, here we go. Already got a great start up here. 5 stars gonna get that shit. Okay, no, what's the slump? Doesn't have the overdrive to finish it. I see you.
Keeps the wall slump mix, knowing they don't have the meter to go it, and they don't want to reset back to the last place money versus Nago. Tries to dash forward DP at the beginning of the round, but Hotashi isn't ready for it. Just backdashes out, tries to Fukyo to create some space, but so gets a hit and then another good hit, but not going just yet.
You got to keep in mind too, right? Just some history here. Hotashi had that breakdown pre-CEO of how to solve the Razzo game plan here, and Razzo put in that work at CEO against Hotashi. Kind of made that kind of almost fall to pieces right there. But now we got the back and forth, the adjustment in general between these two players, these story players in these sets. Okay, great backdash, 5K.
Hits now, trying to create the space with the booms, but you can't do that when you got a sword that chops through them. Hotashi now on a reset point, but a counter hit 2D. Start Razzo needs to get this one going. Counter hit back, turn H is a big starter as well. 2-4H misses. This is now Hotashi's chance to turn this one around.
Big jump, heavy slash, club in
Throw attempts to punish it with their own throw, but techs out of it. Nice. Bursting. Result save 2D coming through. You can punish that now a lot easier with the 5K.
The counter hit as well too, but yeah, we're going for the headbanger right here. Okay, 5K back turn stance does get the dash through for a nice little pick up Red RC and does get a kill, putting a game on the board. Last time these two fought, Razzo had it 3-1. And it was in losers finals at CEO. I just had to give you all the quick history reminder here on how this works. Hotashi trying to return the favor once again. Even still, previous major before that, Frosty Faustings, and Hotashi coming out on top of that one. So these two going back and forth constantly.
Yeah, this is a back and forth matchup between these two players, and as well as, you know, like we were saying, this is Florida. These are people who play each other regularly outside of just tournaments. So these are people who are ready and prepared for this high-level guilty year that you're seeing through this. This is a grand finals at any major, which happening on Wednesday night.
So, on a Wednesday night fights. See, look at that. A Series E Wednesday night fights, no less. Okay, tech. Oh, yikes. Really reaching with that flash kick right there, and you're paying the price.
Big damage, over 60% coming from Hodashi. Pick him up, throw him to the ground with the RC as well, but not enough to close it out with throw scaling. This is actually a great situation for Razzo to be in. High blood engagement.
Side so fast. That was crazy to get up Bare there.
As the adage goes, it's Bare when it works, Smashing when it doesn't. And now Hodashi once again on a reset point, but baits the gold burst on Razzo's end, so they're able to now keep pressure going in the corner, and that's no burst for Hodashi. This next game, throw him, keep him back in there, saying, no thank you, I'm good. Command grab, pick him up, put him down, RC at the wall. Turbulence not killing him just yet.
DP, and look, the patience from Razzo to nope, this is a trap. Just because I got the advantage here doesn't mean Hotoshi's going to respect the advantage, and definitely a great capitalization on, the situation that Hotashi was in as far as Blood Rage goes there. Razzo weathering the storm. That was the onslaught of the wild Hotashi offense. Okay, got the stagger. Let's go for another one there.
2 for 2 on the overhead. It's going to allow Razzo to take the turn going. Trades though, so now they have to keep pressure going. Hotashi backdashes out of the first record, but gets a counter hit 6-3 with the RC.
Oh my god! Okay, you've got a great interaction here. Probably wanted to get another hit for that shatter, but also look at the life deficit that we're at here. One more touch to do it. Tries to run away, but Hotashi is chasing the BRC. Great block on Beyblade. Rage is out, and that will do it. It's 2-2 right now in this grand finals. Razzo not out of this yet for a reset here. Hotashi.
Razzo.
Oh man.
Well, Razzo, this is that Razzo factor. Not only do they they've got mixes that even they're not prepared for, and then you're having to fight through that through someone who's who we've seen time and time again come back through the reverse sweeps. We've seen it, we've seen it, I think, even versus Hotashi in various sets, in various games, in various tournaments. So this is something that these players are prepared for and willing to go through, but Razzo's gonna have to really figure out if they're able to keep that adaptation going, keep the momentum swinging in their favor, or Hotoshi's gonna be able to close it out, turn it into their favor, and Hotashi using a lot of blood and not getting a lot of hits for it, and Razzo's off to a great start.
Great burst right there, but look at the distance that you're at, and look at the Blood Rage. Razzo recognizing it there. An offensive burst here. Razzo wants that corner position. 2K tries to get the interrupt, even with a 2S, no less.
Players sitting there with 50 meter, but a good throw from Hotashi. Gonna push him into the corner. That's a lot of blood, having to use the sword normals to keep themselves alive.
Trying to check the lows, expecting him. Oh my goodness, shut down the clone here. There's the overdrive we were looking for, but it's about to get parried. No, it's not.
No,
oh my god!
Oh my goodness. Razzo was prepared for the very end, and Hotashi's able to close that round, putting themselves on a reset point once again. Razzo, though, only needs a little bit to take that into their favor. And a counter hit 2D's the great start they need to get into the back turn. Mashes out of the overhead again. A good backdash on there. Great Beyblade to keep the pressure going. This is a bad situation for Razzo, having to use that burst ever so early.
Check, close slash, cover the ground presence there. Nice falling jump P there. Overhead, and look, we're already pushing over to the East Coast. Nice counter hit. Already happened. Another one there. Hotashi not ready for him. Gonna get that cross under. Set up for a shatter situation, and does get the kill. Tying up in the rounds here, but still, who's gonna get the final point to advance or end it all? And the patience from Razzo not moving an inch.
Early burst coming from Hotashi. Razzo just jumps out of the situation, not trying to have it. Hotashi has no blood left to spend for specials. They just have to get through with those sword normals, and Razzo has to find an opportunity to turn this into their favor before Hotashi gets the opportunity to basically do anything, and finds a good hit to start it. A Fukyo into the blood-sucking universe. This is not the situation you want to be in. You just have to respect it.
Hey, Jump K does get that conversion too, and dashes right into the heavy fireball. Hotashi been walking down. Razzo knock at the door, not fighting at the jump. He's down. Nice.
Getting the 5K punish. Oh, no! The backdash on the back to an S, but not able to get a full conversion off it. Throws him into the corner. Who goes out with the 6H and throws him down one more time. Razzle has burst, but they're not going to have an opportunity to use it, getting stuck on the throw into the wall. Hotashi quickly closing that one out right there to reset the bracket after a nail biter right there. Hotashi saying, I'm not done yet.
Yes, that honestly a great interaction between those two. And oh man, I thought Razzo for sure was about to run away with it here, but you're right. Reset in grand finals here. That's a 3-2 victory for Hotashi, but still plenty of work there. And honestly, it still could go either way. Razzo could really run away with it there, and it does look like Hotashi is trying to find another type of footing here, at least playing a little more patiently than what we've seen earlier in the bracket for sure, really trying to feel out the neutral game. And at the same time, though, it's very clear that these two have that prior history between each other and how to approach that neutral game, because even Razzo is taking their time, not being as aggressive, really fishing for a lot of these whip punishes. Great round start for Hotashi. Nagoryu definitely at a bit of an advantage to start out here. Great DP. Okay, now we got the pressure over. 5K interrupt.
Nice backdash out. The delay throw is going to be able to catch it over on Hotashi. Finds a hit, but the IDFT is coming through, but a counter hit 6H in the mid screen is going to be the scariest part. Just keeping Hotashi in the corner, hold that overhead. And you're going to get hit with the second one a little bit faster this time around. Nice barring out over there from Hotashi, finding the hits. BRC forward, BRC back.
Okay, slow things down. Probably wanted to drift out of that too. And look, honestly, Hotashi setting up those two S's to interrupt that dash. We're already knocking for another shatter, and one more interaction is all it takes. Has to be so cautious. Fireballs. It's our Beyblade, no punish. There's another one. Gosh, when you least expect it, it's gonna rip. You can't possibly be ready to react to it unless it's that full screen.
Hotashi may be from Florida, but that was a Cali burst if I've ever seen one right there, able to close it out. And Razzo finding an opportunity to get themselves in, finding a 2D. They got to start with 6-8 pressure once again. Nice blocks. Ukyo trying to catch
Oh no, the backdash! Probably expected the shatter to connect, but was just a bit too far after the turbulence there. The 2S check on the dash up. And now, just like that, even on the forward, BRC and a double jump to avoid that done. My goodness.
Do them out, but trade for the first hit. They're more than willing to do that to get rid of those plus range. Finds a counter hit with the slow slash on there. Not able to kill him just yet. A sliver of life, just barely anything left. And a counter hit 2S is going to be very scary for Razzo. Blood gauge pop. And thrown during the recovery. Still, Razzo keeping it alive, trying to get the first point on the board in the reset.
Yeah, it was a big gamble right there. Hotashi trying to close it out and get a shatter. Unfortunately, wasn't close enough to get that wall ender that we were looking for. 6H, couple of Kukyos right there. Let's get the slash series going. A burst to maintain that corner position. Back-to-back DPs. We're really feeling it right now.
That was the slight unfortunate situation, except for the third DP gonna be when you least expect it. 3 DPs, hey, as long as it works, gets the back end super to break the wall, moving damage down. Gets to hold the close slash. You can't mash there. You will get counter hit 100% of the time. And Razzo able to use that to their favor, taking the first game just reset.
It's the confidence to DP, not once. Not twice, but 3 times on your approach. It wasn't an anti-air. You ran up and DP'd. I can't fathom the bravery, the confidence, the bravado that Razzo has.
It's the Leo hive mind. There was at least 3 other Leo players DPing at those same moments. So Razzo said, "And if I must," and just press the DP button.
And you know, it's crazy because like it's expect the unexpected. Sometimes in fighting games, you're not thinking about it. And in the case of like Hotashi, just sitting here getting DP once. All right, well, surely it's not going to happen again. Second, and then by that point, you're second guessing what the next decision is going to be. And since Hotashi wants to maintain their offense, and you take the turn back, you don't expect a third DP. You go, press your button, you're winning neutral in positive ways just like this. Look, the 2S interrupt here. No burst opportunity here. Oh, wait a minute.
Number one keeps the back turn side though, now front turn after that. BRC tries to block Ivy to get the throw in the corner. You can see Razzo's already trying to continue that expecting the unexpected, that punish early on for an H-boom, a round starting H-boom. One of the things that you only expect they're going to run away from you and not allow you to keep the pressure going. But Tosh is doing a good job of blocking out and trying to utilize 2S to be better. Over there for Razzo.
Again, too. And it honestly, it's smart usage on DP as well. Like, sure, like you don't expect it, but think about the one thing that's not going to get interrupted by some of these flashes. DP on the approach against the Goryuki, because of that forward lead on the hurt box from the Goryuki, capable of clipping on those DPs as well. So here we go, big opportunity. Pick this up. Tasha's going to hold on to the burst for that next round, of course. Even Stevens on resources for this final round in game 2 of Reset Finals.
And Hotashi off to a great start right here with the early hit and the early throw. Tries to backdash out of the second throw. Fukio away into the tap dust at the wall. It's going to seal the deal with a perfect for Hotashi. Tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, in a fast RC to just convert that tap dust too. Just excellent stuff. One apiece here, and again, look, like you said earlier, that pendulum swing, it can go either way on that first initial opening gambit. Just who gets that hit, who's going to get the knockdown, and yeah, you know, both Hotashi and Razzo can pull out a wild option. Razzo definitely more so, as we've seen, and try to turn it around. But generally, if Hotashi wants control, he's going to get control and just maintain onto it for the end there. Like I mean, again, keep the perfect counter going.
Oh yeah, keep the perfect counter going, you know, and make sure to like just I don't want to say just right there. Really, just keeping the pressure of the game. Yeah, just it's perfect right there. Keep the 7 golden letters as long as you can. And Razzo looks like they're off to a great start for perfect as well with that big damage off the first hit. And a DP lifts for Hotashi. Now getting the JD loops in the corner. Should end it with a Berserker Slash. Gonna get the own 7 golden letters of their own right there. You know, start that Razzo perfect counter. You might be seeing a couple more of those through the rest of these games. Nice throw from Hotashi on the run up right there.
Okay, nice. Jump. It was brilliant. Neutral jump actually. Push back. Chase down as well. The 2S caught Razzo. Reached a bit too far. This fireball. Nice Fukio to get a slap. Probably want to try to completely shut down the fireball option. There's our burst. Okay. Good patience from Razzo trying to find a dash in, expecting the Fukio right there as spy. We saw the BRC on the approach. Heavy fireball start up a little bit too slow for this Fukio slap.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to check to make sure your opponent is ready for it. Hotashi showed they're like, yeah, we're ready. You're not getting away with that anymore. We're going to give you 1 H boom, and that's all you'll get. Finding a good hit into the corner as well. Hotashi wanting to keep these games going towards their favor, but Razzo is good. Ender right there. And you have to hold this H boom, and since he decided to mash, you're going to get super all the way into the other side of the screen. Now you have to hold the mix.
Got a little bit too far on the turbulence, but the drop kick 2D will seal the deal. Razzo taking the lead once again here in this grand finals. 2-1 right now.
Yeah, but we've seen both these players do it. We've seen these players, we've seen the reverse sweeps come back. We've seen the comebacks from what looked like the edge of defeat. And you know, it's anybody's game still. Just because Razzo's up 2 games doesn't mean Hotashi can't win 2 in a row.
That is very true. I'm very curious to see how things are going to open up. What's the wild decision that we're going to see next as well, too? Because that makes it all the more fun, right? Because we do have these, you know, call outs, especially we think about, again, story players here, why these decisions are happening. Could be information from previous sets they played or recent sets that they played as well, too. So it's, these interactions are always just going to be very unique. But, you know, of course, like it is in the style and flair of like Razzo mad disrespectful to people, and it's so fun to watch because how do you handle that situation? We saw the breakdown, you know, on Hotashi's stream as well. So this is how I'm going to calculate against Razzo gameplay in that move up at CEO here. And now look at this, the goal first. Strong reads here from Hotashi. I think we just checked the notes.
Yeah. Just quickly converting a couple of interactions into their favor. Big damage at the wall break as well, but not enough to kill just yet. They sit there with a lot of blood engaged. Potentially Razzo can turn this into their favor, gets the cross up, and now you're having to hold the plus frames.
5K? That was a risky 5K because like that Dustin was charged, and I swear to God, we could have seen fully charged.
But Hotashi was prepared to take that kind of risk. You know, it's we call these players risky, but it's a lot more like calculated risk.
Right.
Where they're not wild gambling through. Every decision they make has a reason for it behind it. Just hard for us to see behind some of those players sometimes. You can see the patience that these players have as well. They're not making those more obvious decisions. They're just being safe, trying to block, trying to play old-fashioned defense. Do that, that's going to allow Razzo to get a throw and a nice counter hit on there as well after the match requires out.
You're on health here, but you're wonderful. There we go. Nice Fukyo back into slash here to call out from Leo. Great blocks again, but the 5K does open you up. Overhead this time. It's a low rise. Razzo gonna put another round on the board, set themselves up for a tournament victory.
Just wanting to close this one out, not gonna give Hotashi the satisfaction of winning in their kingdom, but a good throw from Hotashi. Round down, burst out. Now we're resetting out both the players once again playing really calm. Nice 2S to check over on Razzo. That throw after the IV. Gets the run through. Yeah, wall bounce to keep Hotashi at a low life point. Razzo only potentially a one-touch interaction and turns into their favor. It has burst. As they say that,
bonus still up too. And of course, Hotashi does have resources here. 100 tension. It's gonna be. Oh my God! Wait a minute.
Did Razzo press a button right there?
Razzo pressed the button.
Hotoshi's gonna get a good hit right there with the 50-meter. Gonna try to keep the combo going, and it kills. Oh my goodness. Hotashi was prepared for that exact interaction, tying this one up quickly 2-2. Oh my goodness, Razzo looked like they had everything going in their favor to take this one out, but Hotashi said no.
I saw the tumbleweeds rolling on the stage. So it's down to this. It's high noon, and it's Hotashi against Razzo. Who is going to be quicker on the draw? Hotashi, though. My God.
You thought those were tumbleweeds for Hotashi. They're in fact tumbleweeds for Razzo towards the end of it. New set rolling through the match point, tournament point for these players. Potentially coming through. Let's see who's able to be the aggressor, who's able to stop the aggression.
That could have been a big counter hit right there, too. The throw, you're whipping it. At this life deficit, Razzo is in trouble. Got a blood rage cranked up. What are we doing, Hotashi?
With a deep lift and prepared for it, and able to use the pause while they're in the air, keep them up with the DP. Hotashi now on tournament point has burst as well. This is looking like they've got the cards in their favor. However, said this is Razzo. Anything can happen. And now this is the most calm I've seen Razzo.
It's so crazy that Hotashi is so confident that they purposely cranked up into blood rage in that corner situation. Great side swap here. And again, the patience BSU, and now we're about to go ham.
There was like 2 blood gauge, like 2 bar left, and they get the blood sucking universe at the perfect timing, able to now allow them access to specials again to try to close this round out. Razzo needs a great touch to take this one, but Hotashi finds the hit, not dead just yet. DP out, This is Razzo's time. Phoenix goes for the 2K OTG instead.
Great tech on the throw. BRC calls out the 2S here from Hotashi. Razzo wants to hold on to this corner here. Nice throw. One more interaction to get the kill to 5K. We do get the back turn stance. This is it, the final round for both these players. Twos across the board. And the stare down.
The stare down. They're waiting.
The gold burst. That's not a good look here. DRC got our BSU as well for the pickup. First, right back at you. Oh my God, Hotashi cannot be stopped right now.
The running Beyblade goes through and tries to 2H it, but Razzo gets a punish and gets a great counter hit as well. Gonna choose to use the back turn super, keep them at the wall while dealing big damage. Hotashi is a single read away from unfortunate life situation, but the whip at the very end right there is gonna allow Hotashi to bring him back coast to coast. That's
expected DP, but there's another throw. Okay, good jump out here. Counter hit, got the cross under as well. Great just guard the throw. PRC to get the pickup. This should do it here. Razzo takes it 3-2 in reset grand finals. This is Guilty Gear's Strive tonight. Episode 27 of Series E. Holy cow, what a set between these two. An absolutely insane work for both players. That was tremendous.
What an incredible set right there.
Yeah.
The just constant back and forth, the constant aggression until the very end when it mattered the most. You saw they had the samurai showdown stare down.
Oh yeah.
Both players holding the finger over the button. Whoever makes the first move ends up making the mistake. And you saw Hotashi getting the gold burst, taking that pressure, keeping it through and through and through. But Razzo able to keep a hand on the ledge, pull themselves up from the cliffs of defeat, and take that one in the grand finals reset match.
Yeah, first and foremost, thank you everybody for tuning in as well and utilizing all those Matcherino codes and witnessing this grand event tonight alongside both myself and Tabby. It's been great to watch these players compete, to see the change of hands as far as competitors in this top 8. That's not all the Guilty Gear action aside from, yet another, for sure, Weds Night Fights Guilty Gear bracket. But of course, tomorrow we do have the Series E event going on as well. So you can follow Level Up Live for more details on Twitter there for that as well. And a great show, honestly. Like, this is a grand finals to definitely rewatch. I hope you got your fresh cut clips because there's plenty to choose from here. And it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to get those free subscriptions to the Level Up Live channel as well. But yeah, it's been a great time, Tabby. I think that wraps it up for us, huh?
I think it does. It's been a fantastic night. Zero, this has been, this top 8 has been insane. I'm ready to go back and watch this tomorrow. I'll tell you what. Gotta keep the adrenaline going throughout the week. This is what I need to stay around to keep seeing this epic Guilty Gear action coming through.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. And until next time, later days.
See ya.